Now going back to the home page, you'll see another link here called Music Theory Games. If you go in here, you'll see there are all kinds of different games you can try out. And these are not required for homework. They're just, again, something for practice. So, for example, if I go into one of them, I can see, here's how one of the games goes. Anyway, you get the idea. So there are a bunch of different games that you can try out here on the Music Theory Games, just for practice, not as a homework assignment. When you do your project, you will probably be using Finelli Notepad. At least that is one of the options. Finelli Notepad is music notation software. It is not free anymore, but it is available for about $10. And if you go back to that tips and reminders, there's a link in there to tell you how to download Finelli Notepad. We also have Finelli on several of the computers in the computer lab on campus. And also, we have another notation software called Sibelius that's also on several of the computers on campus. Anyway, if you decide to use Finelli Notepad, there is a tutorial linked here, so you can go in there and explore that and learn how to use Finelli Notepad. There's also a link to some learning styles quizzes. This is not the quiz you're going to be taking for a grade. These are quizzes to help you understand how you as a learner learn, so you can find out what learning methods work best for you. And the reason why these are here on this class is so that you can get an idea maybe of what some of the limitations are of an online class. For example, if you are a tactile learner and you need to touch things, you may learn that from one of these quizzes. And with an online class, there's not so much tactile stuff involved. So you might decide that you need to figure out a way to incorporate something a little more tactile than just reading the book. So that's why these are here, but that is not where you'll go to do your quiz. I'll show you that in just a moment. These videos go over the information in the textbook. So for example, we have videos for Chapter 1. When I click on this link here, it opens another video somewhat similar to the one you're watching right now that goes over the information in the textbook. So these videos are useful for those of you especially who are maybe more auditory learners or even more visual, people who don't like to learn just by reading things in a book. I really recommend that you do watch the videos, perhaps after you read the chapter or maybe before. But in any case, they're there for you. Now going back to the class homepage, we've already gone through everything over here. Right now let's talk about the assessments tool. When you take your quiz, you're going to do so in the assessments tool. So right here, that's where you find the assessments tool. And as you can see, right now I can click on the title of this quiz. So if I want to read instructions or anything, I can, but basically I don't really need to. It's just a quiz. I'm going to click on Begin Assessment, and although these are not the questions that my quiz really will have, I'll just answer the questions, and when I'm done, I'll click on Finish. Now it's going to tell me I haven't answered certain questions. If I decide that I want to go back and do it again, I can click on Save All, and then I can close it. And now I can go back and finish it. Finished, I'll say Finish. Okay. And it tells me my quiz was submitted. Now you'll notice when you take your quiz that your grade may or may not immediately appear. Sometimes I have to go in and actually enter those grades. But give it time and it will show up. So that's how you're going to do your quiz. There's not much in the course calendar for this course. If you'd like me to put anything in the calendar, like if you have a performance coming up that you'd like to invite your classmates to, just send me an email and I will post it in the calendar. The due dates and everything like that are not on the calendar, and that's because they're in the syllabus. So when you want to know what homework you need to do, you need to look in the syllabus, and that's where all the due dates will be listed, not on the calendar. There is a chat tool, but it's not one that I use a lot. However, if you would like to schedule a chat session online, I am willing to schedule those. You just send me an email. And then here are the discussions. So each week a new discussion will appear here and you will respond as it appears. So I will start out each discussion by telling you what the topics are for that week. But for now, let's just go in this forum. If you want to post something in a discussion, you're going to click on Create Message. And then click on Post. Now, as you can see, my discussion post is there. If you want to reply, you just click on Reply. And now, as you see, I don't currently see my post, but if I click on Expand All, I'll see the post and the response. So that's how the discussion board works. Next is the learning modules. You don't need to worry much about that. And then you'll see your email. Now it's very important that you use this email account for any emails regarding this class. So I know some of you may have already contacted me using PALS, and that's okay. But from now on, since we're in this class, I want you to always use this email to contact me about any course-related concerns. Unless, of course, the concern is that you can't get into the course. But the main reason for that is that I receive a ton of emails in my personal email account and they get all mixed together. And then it's very hard for me to remember who emailed me, in what account, about what thing. And so it's much better if you just send it within this email, and that way it's kind of contained in the course, and I can answer you, and then if I need to go back to your email, I know where it was. Now, if you want to send an email using this email account, you just click on Create Message. It's very similar to any other email account. But when you click on Browse for Recipients, you'll see a list of everyone you could possibly send the email to. As you can see, right now when I'm making this orientation video, there really isn't anyone in the class yet, but once there is, you just select the person you want to send it to, and then that person's name is going to appear here. You type up your message, and you can send it. Now, I do want to say a couple of words about email. A lot of you probably are very comfortable using text messaging, email, Facebook, all kinds of ways to communicate with your friends. And when you email your friends, a lot of the time you might not use capital letters, punctuation, you might not say dear so-and-so or hi, you might not say goodbye at the end of your email. And that's totally fine for a social email, but it's important for you as a student to learn that when you're contacting a professor, you need to make sure that your email is respectful and that you include a salutation, you sign your email, and make sure that you do at least use punctuation and capital letters at the beginning of a sentence.